Your north is where you want to be in life. They should already be in the position that you desire to someday be or are progressing towards. Okay, a few do's and don'ts when you meet them. When you come across your mentor, please do not bum rush them with can you do this? Can you be a part of their this? Can you be a part of their that? You need to know them well enough to come with something. Even in the Bible, the 3 wise men brought tidings of great joy. So you need to take up on that example and bring good tidings of great joy. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want that? And you know what? Your mentor, these people that you seek after and want to be like, they've seen so many opportunists. You don't want to be another email that they have to click and delete, because you don't want to look like walking spam mail. Here it comes, wanting something. You don't want to be that. So the way that you would know what they want is by studying them. If somebody studies you, think about you as yourself. If somebody studies you, they know what you want. You know when somebody is giving you a general gift, and when somebody knows you well enough to give you a gift catered to you and knowing you. I even know that with relationships with men. Man buys me roses. You don't know me. You have not listened. You haven't tuned in. You've not read anything. You definitely haven't listened to my conversations if you hand me a bouquet of roses, because that's something that you think just any and every woman wants. And that's what will happen. You have to listen to somebody to see what it is that they want, and then you give according to what you can. If you know that your mentor is, a wealthy person or what have you, and you show up and you give them a Rolex and they know that you work at the grocery store, you're doing the most, and it's unnecessary. So getting to know them works. If they're a writer, get them a journal. If they travel a lot, think about the simple thing that they need that you can afford to get them, that lets them know that you paid attention to them and you care. Also, think about what it is that you have to give in case they may open up conversation and ask you, well, what do you do? Are you prepared? Is your business card ready? Is your email ready to receive a conversation from this person? Things like that. Are you set up properly? So, and what do you have to give? If you're a writer, are you offering blogs? Whatever it is that you do, and when they ask you what you do, don't pull out your whole list of the 1,000 talents that you have, because we know you're amazing, but don't pull out all those lists. If you know them, speak those talents according to which would be an asset to that person. And they love it, and it builds a genuine relationship. You won't have to phony anything, and they won't have to over-examine you. How you look at somebody with the side eye, they won't have to side eye you. So make sure, again, that you bring good tidings of great joy, and that you read their books so that you understand a little bit about them and their business, where they come from, especially if you know their hometown or something like that. There may be something very personal that you can give them that would trigger that relationship. And I assure you there will be a relationship after that as well, especially if the person is local or in your community. Ask them how can you be a part of any of assistance to them in the community? What do they need help with? And if they're a speaker, don't expect for them to look at you and say, oh, I need a guest speaker to come with me to Chicago, and it should be you. They might ask you to come and fold some shirts. Okay. You never know what level you may start at with them. They may need just some help sweeping around the building. So be prepared to work on any level. Okay. If you are an awesome speaker or a great this and that, then be prepared to do that. But don't put down the grunt work either if they ask you to come in, because if you don't do it, somebody else will. Somebody else is hoping that you don't so they can get it. Tell you that right now. So make sure that you're prepared. God bless you. I believe that some of you who are listening to this, you will come across your north, whether they're locally or non-locally. And I'm going to tell you something. Follow them on all social media platforms. You need to write this down. Follow them on all social media. Look for them on Twitter. Look for them on Instagram. Look for them on LinkedIn. Look for them on Facebook. Look for them on YouTube. If Stevie Wonder or the High Top 4 or Walmart, I don't care who it is, if that is your north, develop a YouTube playlist of all of their lectures and listen to it repeatedly throughout the day. Every time you get in your car, that's what you're listening to. When you're using the bathroom, that's what you're listening to. All the time, clockwork. That's what's going on in here in your head. There's no extra room. Make sure you are listening to your north thoroughly. Just drill it like no other. You should be able to repeat word for word. That's how much connected you all should be, like twins, Siamese. That's how connected you want to get with your north. Because other people have asked them questions, and should you get in front of them and ask them the same question, you already look like you don't follow up. All right, that's another thing. And they can tell, and they're just going to give you the professional answer, the same, and then they're going to put you in that professional basket to the side with everyone else, and you don't want that. You want to make a good professional impression, a spiritual impression, and you are representing God's will at that moment that you come into contact with north. You know, God has reared you to that. In the military, we call it shooting the azimuth. When we shoot the azimuth, we point in a direction that we want to go towards, and we begin to walk towards and navigate towards that direction. Now, what we do is we pack certain things. We have to be hydrated. We have to have water. We have to have some food. And we need to know the terrain as we are going from point A to point B. So you need to know the terrain of the land as you're going from where you are now towards where your mentor is. You need to be packed up, have what you need to have necessary. Stay hydrated. What kind of work does your mentor do? If you see that they are a racehorse, you need to eat healthy so that you can have enough energy to get there. You can't eat Burger King if you have a certain type of mentor. Now, some local mentors, you may be able to eat some Burger King and, do whatever they do. But depending on what kind of mentor you have, you may have to eat a certain way and exercise a certain way. What are the booby traps? Know the terrain, okay? What the land is, what kind of animals are in that place. All right, because you're going to go into certain work areas, climbing the corporate ladder or being in the media world, where you're going to come across people, and people have personalities. You don't even identify them by name anymore. I don't care if their name is Barbara. You need to, here is a hint, here's a side note. Study psychology personalities so you can identify the personality beyond the person. Okay, because I know a couple of people, and I just identify them by their psychology name, the psychology personality. It's very important that you do that. That way you don't take things personally, but you know what animals you're dealing with from one place to the next. You know what type of terrain you're on, and you're hydrated. Very important. Headed north. Are we headed north? All right. This is the Human Compass. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, I am your host, Priscilla Mack. If this has helped you any at all, make sure that you reach out to me on my Facebook, Priscilla Mack. Let me know what you think. My book is on there. I'll have more information about it, and we will go over the South